This segment of Healthy Living is brought to you by Radisson Fort George Hotel and Marina. Yes, I can.
As Belizeans, we are accustomed to two seasons, the dry and the wet. Tourism officials also have two seasons, the high and the slow. Well, the Carl Houston Memorial Hospital, they also have seasons, seasonal spikes of various illnesses. Dr. Cecilio Eck is the head of the pediatric department at the KHMH and speaks about the two top causes of admission for children at this time.
Well, at this time, I know the two spikes we're having is in asthma-related admissions, as well as with gastroenteritis. But both are seasonal, so throughout the year, you actually map and see, and this, around March, April, is when both of them are about the same level.
Asthma-related admissions typically spike when the cooler weather comes in at the end of the year. X says the same happens in these months, mostly because of the winds.
When the cold fronts leave and we get this wave of air coming in an easterly direction, it hits the Caribbean, and what the pundits say is because it comes off the coast of Africa with some Saharan subparticles in it, and that is what triggers the secondary wave of asthma in our region. With gastroenteritis, it usually comes with the rainy season because the viruses that cause that one like wet weather. But this little spike right now is in the heart of dry seasons.
Gastroenteritis, or the stomach flu as we know it, includes stomach aches, diarrhea, and vomiting. It is a very common ailment and can be passed on easily. Last month, the Ministry of Health issued an advisory for the Sand Creek area warning residents to take precautionary measures as they had recorded a spike in stomach flu.
Very, 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 very contagious. I tell parents, you go to the bathroom, and this happens in the adult level, but mostly at the school age level, where the kids would go to the bathroom, have a little bit of diarrhea, they wash their hands, they don't wash it so well, and then they come out and they share love. They hug each other, they share food. Well, it can kill. It's one of the leading causes of death in kids less than 2 worldwide. And in that group, the viral causes of gastroenteritis top the list. So I warn parents that it does kill. The last death that we had reported was in a young 4-month-old child in rural South Belize. And so it does happen. And so I tell parents, advise your kids. If you hear the advisories from the Ministry of Health, you follow them. Make sure you advise your kids at home how to wash their hands. You follow them to the bathroom and teach them how to do it properly. When they go to school, you give them advice on how not to share food, to use or only eat the food that they have and try not to share, or to accept food from anybody else. And then lastly, if the kid should start with the vomiting and the diarrhea, how to appropriately manage it. And it's simple, small amounts of fluid at a time. I open my drawer to show parents, get a cup, little medicine cups. You fill the cup 10, 15 ml, that's about half an ounce. And you give that every 10 minutes. And what you'll put in there is Pedialyte, fresh coconut water, oral rehydration fluid. If the kid is breastfeeding, the child can breastfeed as well, but can't stay and get full because it is important what you give, but it is more important how to give it. The danger signs would be no saliva, no pee, a very lethargic kid that's sleepy, that doesn't want to play. If even the tiny amounts, they vomit and vomit and vomit until bile starts to come up. So parents come and say, how do I know that I need to go to the hospital? I will tell you exactly, specifically what I said. And if you start to see bile coming up, reach the nearest hospital.
To weather out the rest of this peak season, for the stomach flu, it is ultimately back to proper hygiene, and parents should keep their sick kids out of school until the illness is past. For parents of asthmatic kids, they are urged to have an asthma action plan and to identify the triggers and avoid them.
This segment of Healthy Living was brought to you by Radisson Fort George Hotel and Marina. Yes, I can.